Hi guys, I'm the Ancient Warrior. Welcome back to Prepping USA. If you like what you hear here, hit the thumbs up. And if you don't, oh well. And if you want to be the first kid on your block to know what craziness I'm talking about, then hit the subscription and hit the little bell icon, and they'll warn you about what I'm fixing to do. Let's talk about bug-out vehicles, folks. I was listening to a couple other YouTubers. I watched one that was 7 or 8 years old. I agreed partially with what he was saying. Then I was listening to a guy named Mike from over at Fieldcraft Survival. And he was talking about his latest purchase of a vehicle. And he was talking about a Sprinter van, which I totally agree with. But I only totally agree with the Sprinter van with two things added to it. Number one, either four-wheel or all-wheel drive. I'll explain that here in a little bit. Second thing, diesel. Something that big, that big actually needs diesel. Because I've driven those big vans. Matter of fact, I drove a van for years. And the gas mileage sucks. So, and one of the vans I bought, I was in Arizona, there outside Phoenix, at a place called Apache Wells, I believe was the name of the town, back in the early 90s. There was a guy modifying full-size vans and putting four-wheel drive systems under it. He had a big Dodge tradesman van out there that was dressed out, and it had a if I remember, a 318, 340, something like that under the hood. On the highway, ladies and gentlemen, that thing got about 11 at best, and that's with a big wind behind me and not going uphill. And I drove that silly thing for 5 years. I've had a couple of Jeep Wagoneers, which if I could find another Wagoneer, I'd go back to that. And I mean one of the old big ones. 3/4 ton truck. I didn't appreciate it well enough, but I do now. Now, his idea of a bug-out vehicle is this one guy's listening to, his idea of a bug-out vehicle is a vehicle that gets at least 30 miles to the gallon. I drive a '05 Santa Fe. All-wheel drive. On the back it says four-wheel, but it's really just all-wheel. And there's nothing spectacular about it. Has a small 2.7 in it. And it has a, you decide what kind of shift you want, either it's a slapstick or not. Good little 6-cylinder engine in it. The best I've ever been able to do with a fresh tune-up and everything in it is 25. And you know, if I'm pulling a small 2-wheel trailer behind me, it's going to be even less. Why do I want 4-wheel or all-wheel drive? Because I could pick up 3 or 4 miles to the gallon if I just have a 2-wheel drive. But if I have to go off-road, I'd rather have the all-wheel drive or the 4-wheel. And I have another set of tires that I'll flip to this winter that's a little more aggressive tread. It's a whole lot more aggressive. This thing coming home last year from Las Vegas in December was beautiful. Now, the only thing I hated was the semis going past me at 70, 80 miles an hour. And then I was in a whiteout. It snowed. It either rained, sleeted, or snowed all the way from Las Vegas, where it was raining, cats and dogs, to where it started snowing at Kingman. A few miles outside Kingman, the rain turned to snow. Actually, it turned to slush, then to snow. And it snowed all the way to Albuquerque. Then it turned into slush again from Albuquerque to the Texas line. And from Texas line to Amarillo, it was rain again. Took me about 2 hours longer than usual. I didn't mind. Don't care. I'm one of those who, I'm going to do my speed. If you rear end me, God have mercy on your soul. But this thing was like a tank on the road. Never once did it slip. That's the reason every 3 or 4 years I've changed tires, get brand new tread on. Because if you're running them all the time, they're going to burn tread off. They may look good, but you could use a little more. Fresh rubber. Guys, you got to have a little ability to tow and a little ability of storage. It's the reason I drive an SUV. And I'll be honest with you, if I could get a little longer one, I'd do it. But you know the requirements. Got to have all-wheel drive. And got to be a color that doesn't stand out like a sore thumb. And got to be quiet. You know, I had a guy the other day. He was showing off his Bugout vehicle. Now, I asked him if he had an elevator to get into it, because this guy's about 5'7", 5'8". And he had a literally, to get to the running boards of his truck. He had a 4-step ladder to get up there, opened the door, and then got in. That's too tall, folks. And you want to talk about standing out like a sore thumb. When he started that thing, everything for 3 blocks rumbled. Oh, and I was deaf for the next hour. If it goes to a bug out situation, you want to be able to go. You want to be able to go and not be heard. See, that's the catch. It all goes back to the gray man concept. You don't want to stand out like a sore thumb. You know, these people driving these brightly colored cars and stuff, if they have to bug out, they're going to stand out. So, and these high dollar imports like the Beamers and the with the big engines and stuff, they're pretty, but they don't have a lot of storage. Now they can probably tow a good sized trailer, but there goes your gas mileage. So with that being said, folks, I'm the Ancient Warrior. And remember, it's better to have and not need than need and not have. Have a blessed day. And if you're wondering, I'm watching all the crazy people today do all the weirdest things. So have a blessed day. I'm the Ancient Warrior, and we're out.